Hi friends, welcome back to my session. And before of this session, we had discussed about the snapshots and point in time recovery options, how we are going to use everything we had discussed in the last session. And in the current session, we are going to discuss about the topic of replica. So where we are going to use the replica, how to create the replica, everything we are going to discuss in this current session. So right now I am in the AWS console page and in the service of RDS. Just go to the dashboard. Just here you can check. I don't have any database instance in this account right now. Quickly, I'm going to create one RDS instance with a MySQL database engine. As usual, I'm going to select the standard create, and the database engine is MySQL database engine, and the version I'm selecting right now, I'm going to select the 8.0.35, and it is used for the production purpose, and I'm going to select the single database instance. That is enough for my lab purpose. Okay, the database name would be the database one, otherwise main DB, like that. Okay, and the credentials admin, the password I can set myself, admin 1234556, admin 123456. Okay, and here I'm going to use the, if I use the standard classes, that will be charged more. So that's why if I want to avoid those charges, what I will do, I'm going to select the burstable classes where the initial configuration, here the T2 micro is not available, so that's why I'm going to select the T3 micro, and I'm going to select the GP2, and the minimum is 20 GB. Here as it indicates, minimum is 20 GB and maximum is 6 TB. Okay, right now I'm going with the minimum and auto scaling. So whenever there is increase in, automatically I give the permission to increase up to the 100 GB. As I mentioned, 20 GB. Suppose there is should be, if there is a requirement, then it will automatically, without my permission, it will automatically expand up to 100 GB the hard disk. Okay, connect. As I don't want to establish any connection to EC2 instance right now, and I am going to use the default VPC. Okay, the default, okay, everything will be default. I am providing the public access right now, and the VPC security group, my RDS security group. Okay, the availability zone is one availability zone. It's your wish. If you select the no preference zone, automatically it will be taking one of the availability zone from the Northern Virginia region, that is US East -1. So right now I am going to select the 1A, then automatically it will be created in the availability zone 1A. Okay, as I'm going to select the default version only, and additional configuration database port 3306, we must and should need to enable this port if we want to communicate with this RDS instance. Okay, and the password authentication, just enable enhanced monitoring. Okay, additional configuration here, um, my first DB, first DB. Okay, and here it is, everything is default. Enable automatic backup. So if you enable automatic backup, then the retention will be 7 days. Suppose if you want to put it for 3 days, then that will be fine. Suppose if you put the 0 days, then it will be no use to enable the automatic backup, because of whenever automatic enable will be created, then automatically it will be deleted. Because of here we mentioned the backup retention period of 0 days only. So that's why instead of doing that, I will be mentioned that the 1 week, that is 7 days. Okay, so backup window when it will be taken. So I'm going to mention 1 means early morning plus 5:30 means 2 3 4 5 6 6:30 every morning 6:30 automatically the backup will be enabled. Otherwise I can mention as a 0 means by every morning 5:30 the snapshot will be initiated, and it will take half an hour of time. Okay, fine. Suppose if I want to enable the replication in another region, replication means nothing but the mirror. If I want to create the same RDS instance in another region as a backup purpose. Then if I click here, then it will show us the options in which region we are going to create this RDS instance. Here right now, as I don't require, because of as I'm using for the lab purpose, so that's why I didn't check this option. And enable the encryption. By default, encryption will be enabled. And what kind of logs I am looking for here: audit log, error log, general log, and slow query log. And the maintenance I just disabled, because of if there is any minor version update, automatically the machine will reboot. But if I enable this option, but if I don't enable this option, whatever the it will not reboot automatically, because of it is, as it is a production database. So without my permission, it will never ever goes to reboot, because of it will impact the users who are connected to this database. So that's why whenever there is a reboot required, so without with proper approval only, we can be able to reboot this machine manually. So automatic reboot will be disabled. Maintenance window. So on every day, on every Monday, and otherwise on every Sunday there would be a, otherwise on every Saturday. Okay, morning, not morning, 8 means plus 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 means by every Sunday by afternoon 1:30 the maintenance window will open. Enable delete production. If I enable this, then if I want to delete this instance, then I can't be able to delete it. Okay, just create the database instance here. The okay, create database instance. The database instance will be created shortly. In the meanwhile, what we will do, so we just have a look on this replica. What is the replica? A replica is nothing but the mirror. It is the mirror is nothing but whatever the things which is available in this database, the same will be available on the database as like a mirror. If you see ourselves in mirror, however we are in the mirror also we are look like that only. So in the similar way, if I want to take backup of my system, whenever whatever the things which is happened to my primary instance, the same will be happened to the mirror instance. That is nothing but the replica. Whatever the data which has been created, the same will be replicated in the database which has been created as a replica. Okay, the replica is nothing but the replica is an exact replication of existing database instance. Okay, and one more thing, the replica will be available in the read only mode only. And it will actually, we have the two types of mode. Either one is read mode, and the second one is read and write mode. Means either we can read the data, and if we want, we can modify the data. Means editing option is available. But in this scenario, whenever I had created replica, in replica we only have the read only mode. We don't have any write operations. So because of whatever the write operations which has done in the main database, automatically it will be reflected in the replica set. But if we done any modification in the replica set, how it will be reflected in the main database, it's not possible. So that's why what happened here, the replica set will be always available in the read only mode only. And replica set can be in the same availability zone, cross availability zone, and cross region as well. Means whenever I had created the replica from the existing database, either that will be in the same database, I mean the same availability zone, or in the same region but different availability zone, or in the different zone. That is our option. Based on our requirement, we are going to create the replica in the particular region. Okay, all the data from the primary to the replication must be in the asynchronous way. Means in the synchronous way only. Whenever I had updated anything in the primary database, the same will be replicated in the replica set. Okay, here okay, how many replicas we can be created for one database engine? Suppose if we take the MySQL, the PostgreSQL, and MariaDB and AuroraDB, we can create up to 15 replicas from this type of database engines. What this kind of 4 database engines, we can create up to 15 replicas per database instance. Suppose if you take the database engine is Oracle or MS SQL. MS SQL is nothing but Microsoft SQL. We can be able to create up to 5 replicas only. Okay, and we can create a replica from the existing replica. Suppose if you take one main database instance, from main database you had created one replica. So is it possible to create the replica from the replica? Yes, it's possible. We can create a replica from the existing replica. Okay, the database must be enabled with the automated snapshot to create the replica from the database instance. Yes, so that's why right now while I am creating the database instance, what I had done, I had enabled the automatic snapshot. So because of in this lab purpose, what I will do, by using the database instance, I am going to create the replica. So that's why I had enabled the automatic snapshot. Make sure whenever whatever the instance which is associated with the automatic snapshot, that will be able, from that database instance only we will be able to create the replica set. Okay, not replica set, it's a replica. Replication from primary to replica will be synchronous replication for all database engines except Aurora. Means what is meant by synchronous replication and what is meant by asynchronous replication? A synchronous replication is nothing but whatever the modification happened in the main database, automatically within less amount of time it will be automatically replicated in the replica. But coming to the asynchronous, it will take some time to get it replicated. So this is the foremost difference between the synchronous replication and at the same time asynchronous replication. For Aurora database replica, the replication will be asynchronous, except Aurora, everything will be synchronous replication only. But only for Aurora, it will be the asynchronous replication. Okay. And here in this session, what we will do, we are going to create one main database engine, one main database. From that main database, we are going to create the 3 replicas, and we are going to create one more replica from the existing replica, and we are going to check how the replication will be happened, how the replica will be promoted, how the replicas will be behave when I had deleted the main database. Everything we are going in a scenario wise, everything we are going to cover in this session. Okay, just please quickly have a look. Still it is in the creation state only. The main database, just open the main database, and in database, are we able to take the RDB of those missions? No. How we are going to connect? With the help of the endpoint, we are going to connect to that particular database instance. Here in database, how many database instances I have? I have only one database instance which is created just now. Still it is in the creation mode only. And just click on the main database. Here the endpoint has been generated. In the meanwhile, what I will do, just to open the SQL Community Edition. It is a client tool which is used to connect to the database instance. Okay, and new, just click on new, main DB. Okay, so main DB, the endpoint is like this only. As I already copied the endpoint, this is the endpoint which I had copied. I am going to paste the same here, and I have set the credential admin, and the password is admin 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, just test the connection. Yes, the connection is successful. Okay, just click on connect. Yes. Then right now, just please have a look. It's still in the modifying state only. It will take some time to get it active, and it will be available. So in the meanwhile, what I had done, I just connected to this database instance. Okay. Here what I will do, this is the my first DB. This is the database engine. In this, if I want to create the new table in database, it is my first DB. It is the database name, student. Okay, the column would be roll number. Roll number would be integer only, length 10, name of the student, it's a var character, it would be 20, branch. Okay, that would be var character, that would be 10. Save. Yes, table created successfully. Do you want to create more tables? No, the one table is enough for me. Yes, so just please have a look in tables. In my database, it is my first DB is a database which I had created. In that database, what I had done, I had created one table, that is student table. Okay, in student table, open table. Okay, the roll number, the name, the branch, anything has been entered? No. The roll number 1, Suresh. Suresh, branch triple E 2, Sai, ECE 3, Naresh, not like that, Krishna, he is CSC. Okay, just save the option and automatically the data will be saved in that particular table. Okay, here the save option is there now, just like that. Open table, just okay, fine. Is that available? Yes, the main DB has been available, and I had created what I had created. I had created one table, and in that table I had created 3 entries. Okay, fine. What I will do right now, so here what I will do, I am going to create the replicas. How many replicas? 3 replicas. Okay, action, create. Here there is an option called create read replica. Okay, create read replica. From replica source is the main DB and the name is replica 1. Okay, the burstable classes, the T3 micro, everything will be normal, the same region, and 2020 everything will be normal. So the single DB, okay, IPv4, okay, public accessible, and my RDS security, okay, availability zone, no preference. I will select as a 1A. The additional configuration, okay, okay, everything is okay, and additional configuration, okay, 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 everything has been done. So just create the read replica. Okay, just please have a look. The replica 1 which I had created is the replica of the main database instance. So if you open the dashboard or if you open this, how it will be visible to us? As if you think about the tree structure, in the tree structure it will be shown like that. From main database the replica 1 has been created. Suppose if I want to create one more read replica, okay, replica 2. Fine. The possible classes, the same storage region as usual. I'll just leave. Okay, the single database instance IPv4 publicly accessible. Okay, okay. And 1A. Okay, additional configuration. Okay, okay. So everything has been automatically filled up. So by putting all things as normal, just create one more replica. Database is not in the availability zone. Um, just copy the, just create the duplicate tab. Here, go to database. So the database, main database is modifying because of it has been one replica one has been creating from the main database. So that is why it is in modifying state. So that's why while I'm trying to create one more replica from the existing main database, it is showing that the database instance is not in the available state. Because of whenever the database instance is in the available state, then only the replica will be created from that particular database instance. Otherwise it will be, we need to wait for some time once it will be comes into the available state. So just please have a quick look, is still it is in the modifying state or in the availability zone. So here what I am doing, this is the main database. This is the replica. Okay. Replica 1, replica 2, main database. Okay. So what I will do, replica 3. So what I will do, initially I had created one main database instance. From this main database instance, I had created two replicas. The first one is replica 1 and the second two is replica 2. Whatever the data which has been created, it will automatically replicated in these two replicas, because of these two are the replicas of this main database instance. Suppose if I done any modification here, the same will be replicated here. Okay. And suppose if one more replica has been created from the replica 2, means what happened here, whatever the modification which has been done, it will be replicated in this R1 or R2, and whatever the modification which has happened in R2, it will be automatically replicated in R3 in the similar way. Suppose when I promote any replica, then automatically how it will behave like a individual database instance. It will not be replica anymore. How it will function, like everything we are going to discuss. Okay. Still it is in available state only. And if you try to create, is replica will be created? No, because the main database is still not available. So remember guys, while we are creating the database instance, it will take some time to get it created, and at the same time it will take time while deleting as well. Just make sure while you are doing any practicals in this database, so make sure you have the enough time to do the practicals. Don't do in any hurry burry. And at the same time, as I told to you earlier, whatever the things which I had performed, everything step wise, means what are the document which I am prepared, this note sheet I'm going to share with everyone. Please follow this sheet while you are doing the practical, and if you have any queries, you can ping me on the chat or in the comments. Accordingly, I will revert to your queries. Okay, and right now the main DB is in availability state. Right now I am going to create the one more replica, create read replica. Right now it will be created because of the database is available now. Just please have a look how it will be looks like that. Under the main database, the replica 1 is one of the replica and replica 2 is the one of the replica, and it will take some time to get it replicated. And once it has been created, what we will do, we are going to connect to this replica 1 and check the same data will be reflected from the main database to replica 1 or not. And in the similar way, I am going to log in into the replica 2. I am going to check the same from the main database instead the data will be replicated to the replica 2 or not. Okay, still the replica 1 and replica 2 are in the creating state only. So once it will be available, then only I will be able to connect. So as this is the replica 1, okay, and the endpoint here has not yet generated. Suppose if endpoint has been generated, then I will be able to connect to this particular database instance. But unfortunately, what happened? The endpoint is not yet created still because of it is in the creation state only. And coming to the username password, whatever the username password which I am going to use this main database instance, the same username password will be used for this replica set as well. Okay, and just refresh the same. And if I want to create the one more replica from the replica 2, what I will do here, create read replica. The option has been disabled right now. Why? Because of the replica 2 is in the still creating mode. Once it is available, then only I will get the option to create the read replica. Okay, and promote, here the option is promote option is there. Suppose if I want to promote the replica, means if I promote the replica, what it will behave like that, how it will behave means it will act as a individual database instance. It will not become the replica anymore. Once the replica has been promoted, it will not be the replica of main database anymore. How it will be behave like that, it will be act as a individual database instance. How the behavior will be there, everything we are going to discuss. So still it is in the creation mode only. And one more thing, just suppose as we discussed in the earlier session, what happened, snapshot is two types, that one is manual and the second one is automatic. Automatic we are able to schedule while at the time of EC2 instance means RDS instance creation. Suppose if we miss it at the time, then automatically we have the option called modify options. So while we are entering into the modify options, we can be able to modify the settings. Then we can set the automatic snapshot as well. And as I enable the automatic option for this main database instance while creating, so that's why automatically one snapshot will be created. That is nothing but the system main database. Okay, and if I want to take snapshot manually at a specific interval of time, then by using the manual, go to snapshot and go to the manual, take snapshot and select the instance which you want to take the snapshot. Accordingly the snapshot will be created. What is the purpose of point in time recovery? Suppose if I want to take the backup at that particular interval of time, suppose that right now the time is 2 o'clock, afternoon 2 o'clock. So what happened, one of the fresher employee has joined in the database team. By mistakenly what she had done, So at time of 150 she had done deletion of that production database server. Otherwise she had entered the unwanted tables into that particular database. Instead of entering the valid database, instead of entering the valid tables, by mistakenly what she had done the wrong database into the production database. What at that time what I will do, I can simply go to that particular interval of time and what time she will done by 150. But if I take the point in time at 149 or 145, what happened, whatever the data which is good at before of the time, I will be able to recover those data. Na? Suppose if I able to recover the database instance at that 145 p.m., then what happened, I will be able to recreate the service with the within the good condition, because of she had done the activity at 2 o'clock. But if I recover the server at 145, then the server will be in the good condition, then I am not going to lose any data. Okay, that is the advantage of the point in time recovery. And just please have a look, and almost the replica one has been created. It is still modifying state, and just please have a look, is endpoint has been generated or not. I hope yes, generated. Replica one endpoint has been generated. Go to the MySQL and open the one more tab, new connection. Okay, this I am going to create the new one, replica one. Okay, so replica one. Okay, and the username is admin 1 2 3 4 5 6. Test connection. The connection need to be successful. Yes, connect. Yes, the replica one. Go to MySQL tables, as I have the student database. Yes, open the table. Is the same will be replicated here. So in main database I have the student table. In those two tables I had made 3 entries. The same will be replicated here. Okay, the Suresh Sai, the 3 entries replicated here now. Suppose if you open, just please have a look, database. Okay, the endpoint has been generated. What I will do, create a new connection, and I am going to create a new connection for replica 2. So replica 2. Okay, and the endpoint of the replica 2 is as it copied, and admin, and the password is admin 1 2 3 4 5 6. Just test the connection. It needs to successful. Yes, connect. Okay, then the replica 2 appeared. Just go to the tables and just please have a look on the student table. Just open table. Here are you able to see this? Yes, obviously the same, whatever the things which is available in the main database, the same will be available here. Okay, right now all those are available. Suppose I am logging into the main database. I am going to create in main database. I am going to create for Pawan IT 5, roll number 5, Chandu, okay, who is from mechanical team. So just save it. So right now what I had done, I am in the main database. Here it will be operate under the read and write operations mode. So I just alter the, means I just modified the table, that is student table. Earlier it has a 2 entries, but right now what I had done, I had made the 4 entries. Okay, Pawan and Chandu. These are the entries which I had make. Okay, and here the same need to be replicated. Okay, it will take some time to get it replicated. Okay, and go to replica. Okay, okay, just modify the same and just go to here and check the same will be replicated or not. Okay, okay, open table. Actually, what will happen here if if I made any changes in the main database engine, automatically the changes will be replicated in the replica 1 and replica 2 as well. So here just please have a look. Otherwise what I will do, I am just new connection the replica 1. Okay, test connection, fine, connect the replica to my first DB tables, open table. Yes, had you observed this? Here if you in main data, what I have, Chandu Mek. In replica 1, Chandu Mek. Okay, it will if once it has been refreshed, automatically it will be updated. Okay, in this way the replication will happen. Suppose what I will do, go to database, from replica 2, if I am going to create here, the read replica is option is not available. So what I will do, just please have a look. Read replica. Okay, Aurora read replica. Okay. From replica to what I will do, I am going to create Aurora read replica. Aurora read replica is somewhat costlier. So just go to the dashboard and okay, okay. You can think like that. from main database we had created one replica and one replica 2. Suppose if you want to create the any other replica from the existing replica, yes, you will be able to create. And okay, and suppose if I promote the existing replica 1, what will happen? Just promote, enable backup. Okay, backup retention period 1, choose window, backup is not required, promote replica. Then what will happen? It will be promoted and it will be act as a single database instance, individual database instance. It will not be replica anymore. So just please have a look on this. So quickly it is in the modification state. So once it has been modified, right now it is showing that like a tree structure now, it will be under the main database. Right now once it has been done, how it will be act as the individual database instance. Okay. Yes, just please have a look. Right now, under the main data up to now under the main database we have the replica 1 and replica 2. But once I had promoted the replica 1, how it will behave like? It will act as the individual. It will act as the individual database instance. Suppose right now if I'm doing any modification here, the modifications will not be replicated here because of the replica 1 is not no more replica to this main database engine. Okay, suppose if I had made any changes in this main database, then automatically it will be replicated in the replica 2 but not in the replica 1. Okay, I hope you guys understood. Fine. Suppose if I create the one more replica, suppose if I create one more Aurora replica from the existing replica 2, then automatically under this replica one more replica will be generated. Okay, and here how it will behave like that? The primary, so replica 1 become the replica of primary, like replica only, it will be promoted. Suppose if I had created the one more replica from the replica 2, how it will be act as a source comma replica. Okay, right now it is primary, it is source, it is replica, and this is instance, and it will be changing as a primary, it is also. Okay, in this way we are going to create the replicas. Okay guys, hope you had enjoyed the session. Thank you, just please keep the practice, then everything you will let you know. Okay, thank you for joining the session. Bye bye.